guys, what's going on? Drill Pal CHH here today. This is going to be a very interesting video. Definitely a little bit different for me, but I'm very excited about this. So I've got the pleasure and the honor and the task to show you guys this new 10th anniversary Interstellar 4K release. But I'd never seen Interstellar. And in this video, one of the most important things I can do is tell you about my experience with this movie. Now, if this is your first time ever seeing my channel, I know this can seem kind of weird, but for the people that watch my stuff, know what kind of guy I am. I love horror movies. I love 80s cinema. I'm a big Chevy Chase fan. I'm a big Stallone fan. I don't venture out into a lot of the stuff that is from some of these directors like Nolan or anything. Now, I'd seen a couple Christopher Nolan films, and I liked Oppenheimer a lot, but the few others I saw, I can't say I was in love with them. But when I had the opportunity to talk about Interstellar, a few of my friends said that this is one of the best movies ever made. So I watched Interstellar for the first time on this release from Paramount. And I gotta tell you guys, without sounding a little bit dramatic, I'm emotionally drained, but not necessarily in a negative way. I think Interstellar may be one of the best movies I've ever seen. I would put it up there, maybe even a little bit higher than a movie like Titanic. I just think it was that good. The emotional drive of this movie, the themes, the twists, the turns, the aspects of this movie that are so advantageous. The themes that are done in this movie are so well done. And the idea of them actually showing Earth where it's got some wear and tear, but habitable still, instead of just doing a straight ahead apocalyptic world where we've got to get ready to harvest and find somewhere else to be, is so daring. It's so well written. Matthew McConaughey gives one of the most sincerest performances I've ever seen. I just thought he was amazing. I was thinking about this. Could anybody else have done that movie as good as he did? I thought maybe Tom Cruise could have pulled that off, but Matthew McConaughey was born to be in this movie. So when it comes to stuff I've seen from Nolan, far and away, I would say that Interstellar is my favorite. Interstellar may be one of the best movies I've ever seen. And now that I hear that this movie's coming back to IMAX for its 10th anniversary, I've got to see it. With age comes a little bit of wisdom, and with wisdom comes curiosity. So I'm really happy I decided to watch this, and I didn't have to review this, but I decided, no, I'm going to review this because I need to see this movie. Okay, guys, so with that being said, this is cool. Paramount is really dabbling into that premium collector's home video market. Now, we're seeing this done, obviously, with all the boutique labels, but to see a studio get involved with things like this is promising and really cool. So what is this 10th anniversary release? Well, let's look at it. It's this long box, and we saw something like this be done with Titanic as well. One of the things that's cool is it comes with this. It comes with a sheet of patches. You've got the badge with their names on it: Cooper, Case, TARS, Romley, Doyle, the Endurance Space Exploration, the NACND badge, the Lazarus 4, which is my favorite. I gotta put that on my jacket, and the Endurance. Really cool. So they got all these patches you can put on your denim jackets or your jeans or things like that. What's in this long box? Well, as you'll see, this is the 10th anniversary limited edition. And one thing I'll say that's good about this before we break down the aspects of it is, yes, there's actually stuff in here that you can't get and watch. Especially when I say that's important. You can't see unless you have this. That's not to say that this stuff may not end up on the internet, but my point is, this does come with a digital code, so if you want to sell that. So let's see. There's a note in here from Mr. Nolan. What do you say we read this together? A note from Christopher Nolan. 10 years passes in the blink of an eye. 10 years since we tried to look into the future. Since we tried to show that time and space could bend and warp in ways both logical and horrifically indifferent to our human needs. We peered into the vastness of space to explore the cruelty of time. But the joke was on us. Here on Earth, my kids grew up just as fast as they do for Cooper perched at the edge of a distant black hole. We're as confounded by the mutability of time as the crew of the Endurance, 10 years compressed into mere moments. But from within that blink of an eye, other things unfurl. Kip wins a Nobel Prize for his pioneering work on detecting gravity waves. The first image of a black hole appears on the front page of the New York Times. And to those of us who made Interstellar, it is the face of an old friend. New generations of filmgoers discovered and connected with the film in ways we've never foreseen. To paraphrase another great McConaughey performance, we get older, Interstellar stays the same age. Let's see what we have over on here. Let's pull all of this stuff out. So the first thing you'll see here, guys, in this collector's release is this poster. Pretty cool. We have more. Let's look at this one. Very, very cool. That planet, when they went on that one with the water, was trippy, because I was like, wow, it looks like a deep ocean, but they're up to their just ankles in it, basically. And then you see the massive wave coming in. Oh, man, I had anxiety. Interstellar, another poster. Oh, this is for the original releases, too. The November 2014 in theaters and IMAX. Cool. I can't imagine what that movie was like in IMAX. Especially when... Oh, man. I get chill bumps just thinking about it. I've got to see this movie in the theater. All right, here is one with Mr. McConaughey on the front. Another poster. So it looks like they've got all the posters on here that came out for the movie. What's this one? What does this one have on it? Let's see. Oh, nice. Them at the homestead. So we got 4 mini posters to commemorate the promotion of the movie. Very, very cool. This is cool. We have a Storyboards Miller's Planet book, a film by Christopher Nolan, Interstellar. Now, storyboards are cool. This is basically a way to map out what you want to do visually in a movie. This is something that has been done for years and years and years in movies, and it's cool to see it being done still here. Sorry about the glare. The ring light just gives a glare on this. So it goes through the storyboards of every sequence of visual effects that you would see in here. Nice touch. Let's see if there's any writing in the back. No, it's all storyboards. Yeah. What I like about these storyboards is I feel like I could almost draw some of these, because it is crude, but it does give a good representation of what they're trying to do in the scene. But I like that it's not super, super artistic. Really cool, but that was the original storyboards made. Yeah, awesome. So you get those patches you can put on your jacket, you get the 4 mini posters, and you get that storyboard book. And then we read the note on here. So what happens is you'll flap this open. And this is the one design flaw of this. I got to admit, this is the one design flaw. Be careful. So we have a bonus disc right here that has stuff exclusive, but we'll talk about that in a second. You have the movie on Blu-ray, and then you have the 4K. Now, the problem with this is there's a line right there. When you try to pull the 4K out, you see how it gets stuck? You have to press down a little bit and then slide this out. That's it. These are not ideal to begin with. But that, I got to admit, is a bad design flaw on this packaging. That hard line right there, it just stops the disc from coming out. So you almost have to bend this to get it out, and or just get like a fingernail under it, which I don't have. These, even though I don't like this designs, these obviously come out very, very easily. But be careful with the 4K disc, I got to say. But art-wise, you got some cool images from the movie on there. Now, let's talk about the picture quality on this for a second. The picture quality on Interstellar. Now, I obviously experienced this movie for the first time on 4K. Now, what was really great about this was the black levels and the color on this one. Everything looked sensational. It was a great movie to watch, obviously on 4K, and obviously with this being a visual movie in the any sense you could think of. Yeah, it was great. In terms of picture quality, watching this on 4K, I couldn't imagine watching it on a lesser format. It just looks really good. I mean, awesome, awesome. All the colors were so rich. Sensational stuff. So the 4K looked great, and the audio was a 5.1. Paramount did not give me any other options in terms of audio for English. Obviously, there's a 5.1 French, and I think it was Italian. And you could have your subtitles if you want, which I pretty much got to where I put the subtitles on for everything. It became a habit. Now I can't help myself. But let's go look at that special features disc, because there's new stuff on here that's exclusive to that bonus features disc, as well as legacy stuff. Let's go look through the whole list of that together. All right, guys, so on your extras disc, this is what we have. We have The Future Is Now, a look back at Interstellar, which was fantastic. The Science of Interstellar, Inside Interstellar, Roundtables, and Trailers. So there you have it, guys. This is the 10th anniversary limited edition collector's release for Interstellar. The packaging has some design flaws, and it is what it is. It would have been nice if they would have had just like maybe a steel book that would have sat in here, but they did not. So that, I would say, for future releases, guys, let's look into making that a little bit more easy to get the discs out at the very least, because that design flaw is going to probably be a little annoying to people. But I mean, this is a cool release, I'll say that. So if you're interested, you know, this is available soon. This is the 10th anniversary Interstellar Deluxe release. You got your patches, you got your posters, you got the storyboard book, and you've got the special features disc with some really cool new features, as well as all the archival stuff. But at the end of the day, guys, I gotta say, this movie was incredible. I mean, it really kind of blew me away. It kind of changed my thoughts about space movies too, because I've seen a number of space films. There was one that came out last year called like ISS, and I just thought it was pathetic. I thought it was so bad. The trailer was amazing, and they really sucked me in because they used the Scorpions' Wind of Change in the trailer, and I thought the movie was pathetic. I did not like it that much at all. I really was let down by it, but this just blew me away. I think this may be one of the best movies I've ever seen in my entire life. But there you have it, guys. That is the 10th anniversary 4K bundle release of Interstellar from Paramount. You can pre-order that now on Amazon. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.